Born September 15, 1857, in Cincinnati, Ohio, former U.S. President and Chief of Justice William Howard Taft was one of 6 children of Louisa Maria Torrey and Alfonso Taft. His ancestors, who are traced back to Massachusetts Bay Colony, had gone into law, including William's father, Alfonso Taft. His father had served as the Secretary of War and Attorney General under President Ulysses S. Grant, and also as an ambassador under President Chester Arthur. Taft graduated from Woodward High School with a 4.0 GPA, second in his class, while excelling in baseball. He followed in his father's footsteps and attended Yale in 1874. He graduated from Yale in 1878. Starting to pave his own path, he attended the University of Cincinnati College of Law and received admission to the Ohio State Bar Association in 1880. In 1886, Taft met his wife Helen, also known as Nellie Herron, who he met at a sledding party. In 1900, as Chief Civil Administrator, President McKinley sent William Taft to the Philippines to improve their economy by building roads and schools. In 1909, William Taft became president. Taft is known as one of the biggest presidents to take office. He is over 6 feet tall and weighed over 300 pounds. He also started the tradition of the presidents throwing out the first pitch. During his presidency, the 16th Amendment to levy an income tax on the American people and the 17th Amendment, which allowed the election of United States senators by popular vote, both passed. He established the Federal Children's Bureau and passed the Mann-Elkins Act. In 1910, Roosevelt broke with Taft and ran as a third party in the election of 1912 and split the Republican Party votes, and this led to Woodrow Wilson's election. After his presidency, he went back to his alma mater, Yale, and became a professor in law. In 1921, his lifelong dream came true. Warren G. Harding appointed him Chief of Justice. He reduced the Supreme Court's backlog and got the court to look at property rights and government limitation more conservatively. Judiciary Act of 1925 passed, giving the justices more control when selecting cases to be heard. Taft administered the Supreme Court efficiently and effectively. Congress passed laws that strengthened the court system. 1 month after retiring from Chief of Justice, William H. Taft died March 8, 1930, in Washington, D.C. He is the first president to be buried in Arlington Cemetery.
The United States versus Richard Nixon case. The 37th President of the United States, Richard Milhous Nixon, went to trial for attempted burglary. On June 17, 1972, 5 men named James McCord, Virgilio Gonzalez, Eugenio Martinez, Frank Sturgis, and Bernard Barker were arrested for breaking and entering the Watergate building located in Washington, D.C. The reasoning for this break-in was so Nixon could be re-elected as president. In July of 1973, the prosecutor demanded Nixon to turn in secretly recorded phone messages that hid the planning and cover-up of the Watergate scandal, but Nixon refused to turn in the tapes. About a year later, on July 24, 1974, the Supreme Court demanded the tapes to be surrendered. The Supreme Court consists of 9 men: Warren Burger, William Douglas, William Brennan, Potter Stewart, Brian White, Thurgood Marshall, Harry Blackmun, and William Rehnquist. The Supreme Court unanimously decided against Nixon. On August 8, 1974, Nixon resigned before he could be impeached.